Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more Bloomburrow action. Today we're playing a Rakdos Reanimator deck. I'm calling Rakdos Rebirth because it's built around the new card Coiling Rebirth. It's a 5-mana reanimation spell that says gift a card, so if we allow the opponent to draw a card when this resolves, we get an additional effect. So not only do we return a creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield, we get a 1/1 token copy of it if that creature is non-legendary. And so, trying to make use of this, we're playing some creatures that have entered the battlefield effects like Trumpeting Carnosaur. Another one, new card, Rotten Mouth Viper. When it enters the battlefield, it gets Blight counter, and then for each Blight counter, the opponent has to either lose 4 life, sacrifice a non-land permanent, or discard a card. We also have something like Harvester of Misery and the Trumpeting Carnosaur. Like I said earlier, these can go into the graveyard very easily because they have kind of this discard removal mode. And then Trumpeting Carnosaur, when it enters the battlefield, you discover 5, you get a free spell to 5 mana value from the top of your library. And then Harvester of Misery, when it enters the battlefield, each other creature gets -2/-2 until end of the turn. So not only do we remove something when we discard this, but if we can reanimate it with Coiling Rebirth, we can get 2 copies of it and give everything -4/-4, which will hopefully sweep up some of those more low to the ground aggro decks. So yeah, that's an interesting interaction that we're going for. Phyrexian Fleshgorger, you get this kind of 3-drop side. That's a nice life-linking body for those aggro decks, and then if it dies, you can reanimate it as this massive life-linking body, which is super cool. Virtue Persistence, this is kind of the additional reanimation spell. It's usually good to have like kind of 6 reanimation spells, I find, in kind of reanimator decks. So this is kind of the backup. Late game, we draw a bunch of lands, we just slam the Virtue later on. It also gains its life and removes something when we use the Lockbane Scorn. We're playing reanimation, so we have a lot of big expensive cards that we don't mind cheating out, and this works really well with Infamous Cruelclaw, which is a new creature from Bloomburrow that when it connects, you exile cards from the top of your library until you reach a non-land card, and then you can discard a card rather than paying that card's mana cost. So imagine we connect with this, we discard like our Trumpeting Carnosaur or Rotten Mouth Viper, and then we cast a Virtue Persistence for free. That seems like a really powerful turn. Just kind of works into a lot of things that we're looking for. And then we have 1 Shieldred just because instead of some removal spells, we're running Lightning Strike and Shock. This is probably not the best idea, just because there's some like big creatures like Rotten Mouth Viper that you can't really remove as well. But the idea behind it, at least, is that if we get to hit a Lightning Strike or Shock for free, the opponent doesn't have any creatures on their battlefield, a Lightning Strike or Shock will be better than that. So yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the deck. Let's go ahead, hop into some games, and see how we can do on the ranked ladder. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, consider subscribing. I forget to say that at the beginning of videos, but yeah. And I also want to say, like, thank you guys so much for the support on the recent Bloomburrow videos. It's been super cool. Opponent goes first. That's never a great thing, but we have kind of removal on 2, and then we can maybe cheat something out with Infamous Cruelclaw, right? Please don't be bats. Orzhov life gain. That might actually be kind of hard, but we'll see. We'll see. It's discard. Ugh. Yeah, this is one of the reasons standard is lame. No, I'm joking. But seriously, discard is never fun to play into. Everybody hates how it feels to try and like top deck the correct cards. They're always like, the shuffler. This card just incentivizes that to the next degree. It's like, okay, you are going to be top decking. Good luck. The only thing that sucks about like playing an actual discard deck is then you don't really have much to do if you draw a discard spell when they're empty-handed, but not drawing a land here is really bad. Get rid of that. Okay, give me a land. I'm going to lose my mind. Don't really need that. Oh my goodness, we almost didn't hit a land. I'm running 24 lands, the recommended amount. I think I'm running 24. I might even be running 25. Because like reanimation decks, it's good to have like an additional land or two because you're trying to cast 5 mana reanimation spell usually. And so running all the way up to the... Oh my god. It's awful. Alright, we need to get rid of this rotten mouth viper, because from my experience, this card is the most brutal thing ever. If it does not get removed within like a turn or two, it is crazy how effective it is. So fun. Start losing life to the bandit's talent. One of those favorites. Do we go Rotten Mouth Viper or do we go Trumpeting Carnosaur? I'm gonna go Trumpeting Carnosaur, I think. Because Trumpeting Carnosaur can give us some free value. Rotten Mouth Viper can be pretty brutal though if you get 2 copies of it. But Trumpeting Carnosaur, free card, seems pretty good. Discover 5, maybe we hit another reanimation spell. That'd be kind of ideal. Lightning Strike, get rid of the hostile investigator. Say non-token, not just a creature. Put and end. That was unfortunate the way we hit those cards. We're playing Bitter Triumph to deal with planeswalkers as well as just discard things into our graveyard. I had to say this is probably one of the worst potential matchups because like Hostile Investigator hates on us drawing or discarding cards so much. We're gonna flicker the Tithing Blade, so we're gonna lose our Trumpeting Carnosaur. Not too shocking. We're gonna start bleeding out life to this bandit's talent. Discard a non-land card. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm never gonna be able to do anything. Oh. That's actually such a good top deck. We get a free 5-drop. Potentially. Did not hit another reanimation spell. I really want to get one of these Trumpeting Carnosaurs and hit into like another Coiling Rebirth. That's kind of like the ideal scenario.
A fight? And you think you can win?
It's so much fun.
I've always
just
hated crowds.
getting told no and making us discard. Okay. Virtue Persistence is nice, but they may or may not have drawn into their Get Lost. Gonna draw 2 additional cards because we have no cards in hand. I don't like whoever decided that this was a good card to print Bandit's Talent. I mean, my only option. Probably not worth killing the Liliana, to be honest.
I'll
but
take my zombies and leave.
it's just another one of the problems. Okay, I just die this next turn. Okay, opponent goes first again. We have 2 lands. Do we think we're ever going to draw another one? Probably not, but I'm inclined not to mulligan because we have a lot of 2-mana removal. I just ask you one thing, opponent. Do not be Abandon's Talent discard deck. They're just so annoying. Mono black. No card advantage. I think I will wait. Cast any removal here. That needs to die. Drawing cards is not okay. I'm just gonna hold up my mana. Might play like a Shieldred or something. Land Shieldred. Drawing a land, coming never. Church of the Schism can start drawing them more cards and is going to do a bunch of damage and is really annoying to tack through. Alright, so now we have extra mana to cast a removal spell on their turn as well, so I'll just Virtue Persistence one of these bad boys. Gain a little life. Slow down the damage. Just need a land. Almost doing them a favor removing that, I feel like. Alright, Trumpeting Carnosaur, that's a good card to have in the graveyard. Coiling Rebirth. He just drew a land. Opponent is very clearly like a Gix deck. All about that Gix. And the Caustic Broncos and stuff for card draw. But mostly, like, you can see a lot of evasive flyers, so really good at connecting with the Gix, drawing a bunch of cards that way. We'll just get to see our hand since we removed it in response. We can't actually take anything. Oh my goodness. No lands. Just one more. One more land. All I asked for. Knowing we can't respond to this until after they pick it.
Tend to regret it.
I will pay life, I think. Need to keep my card count up if I can. Discard, Harvester, Misery. Brotherhood End can sweep up multiple creatures. It's a land, hallelujah. Let's go. Coiling Rebirth. We don't mind giving them a card because we're gonna get 2 free cards. Let's see what we get. Shieldred, that's a pretty good free card. It's funny when you have Shieldred on the battlefield and you gift them a card, they take damage. Infamous Cruelclaw, not a bad free card. Suddenly, I feel pretty good about where I am in this game. That is a big body, but I feel like Shieldred almost is going to do more damage. Don't get rid of the Cruelclaw. Could give us a free card. Attacking in to draw a card into the Shieldred. That is one of the most like disgusting things about Shieldred is the way like alright, we're gonna attack in with these. Pull back the other one. They let it connect, so we get a free card. Yeah, I'll do this. Don't really like Gix here. Gix can allow them to draw a bunch of cards, and that's never good. Doesn't matter if I have a Shieldred. I can remove the Shieldred potentially with the cards that they draw. One more Coiling Rebirth. One for the road, please. Shieldred be Shieldred. No. I feel like it's in my best interest to attack and then cast the Harvester of Misery potentially. I'm willing to trade Shieldreds. If they block with Shieldred, we can then Infamous Cruelclaw. Oh, they're just trading Shieldreds. That's interesting. I would have blocked the Cruelclaw. Yeah, then we can cast the Harvester of Misery afterwards and delete their board. The Shieldred has 2 life left, and then we remove 2 toughness, it's gonna die. We get our Brotherhood's End back, and they're at 2 life with Shieldred on the battlefield. They have cut down. No! Okay, we got this. Surely, right? I apologize in advance if I made some serious punts in this video. No, you're kidding me. Alright. Powerful top deck right here, right now. Just like a burn spell, like a shock, a lightning strike wins us the game. Boom. Boom. Good game. It was close. Alright, we got lightning strike for early removal. We got the Cruelclaw, Brotherhood's End as a sweeper. We'll give it a go. Of course, why would we ever be on the play? It's actually crazy. I've been on the draw, on the draw, on the play, on the draw, on the draw with this deck. That is a bit absurd. Feels weird to put children in the graveyard, but that's what it is. I was playing mono green. No way. That is crazy. I need to get rid of the Keen-Eyed Curators so they don't eat up our graveyard. Because we are playing a reanimator deck. That is like one of the nice things about Keen-Eyed Curator, on top of it just being a 2-mana 3/3 that dodges cut down. Is that it can exile cards from graveyards. Darn it, it is bad. Stop it. We have another Brotherhood's End if you really want to. Innkeeper's Talent. Like it. I like it. Nope, not very good. The Weasel Chirp as it enters the battlefield. Rap Shooter. This has Menache. So that means we get to connect. We get a free spell. It is a Trumpeting Carnosaur. I will cast that by discarding a Rottenmouth Viper. Then we get a free spell, which is Coiling Rebirth. Oh my god. We gift a card, we get the Rottenmouth Viper back. This is the most absurd. 2 Rottenmouth Viper triggers. This is so rude and just disgusting. I'm so sorry, opponent. This is actually absurd. And then I could cast another Rottenmouth Viper by sacrificing the token Rottenmouth Viper. Oh, it's so gross, but I kind of want to do it. I could also discard the Trumpeting Carnosaur. Or not, I actually don't think I need to, or sacrifice it, but we're not going to do that. We'll just get another. That's a lot of big creatures. Green can go big, but I don't think it goes this big this fast. No blocks. Pump spell? Fight spell? Oh, that was not the right one. Well, it doesn't really matter. GG's, I'm so sorry. That was the most absurd chain of free spells, but that's what we're coming here to do. That is absurd. Holy moly, you go first. Ah, it's another 2-lander. How do we end up with 2-landers consistently? Part of me wants to keep it. We just draw 1 land. We're like in such a good spot because we can Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. We have Virtue Persistent, turn 2. It feels like it really should be a mulligan though. We don't even have red mana. Do I believe in the heart of cards? Not really. Okay. Yeah, let's keep. This is much better. We will go down Lightning Strike because we have Shock. Play a 1-drop or play our land, and we can hold up Shock to remove if they're playing like mono red or something. Never mind. They are mono black and discarding. Or maybe they're Orzhov. We only saw 1 land, to be fair. Shock. Let's get rid of that. Ghost the skeletons. Oh my goodness. So exciting. I'm just thrilled to be here. Of course, we also mulliganed, so this is like the worst possible outcome. Playing against a discard deck when we mulligan down to 6. The most fun.
Happy to help, but I'm
Hey,
taking the
life.
credit when we win. Fine. I know when I'm not
Guarding
wanted.
Lightning Strike, I guess.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
And of course, we got another 2-lander, and we're gonna never draw another land. I love it here. We live for those games that we like. That last game, this game, not it, not at all. These are the like, that's the shuffler variants, you know, or just like the variants in a random chance game. It is miserable when it's not going your way, and then it's so hype when it is. I have 5 lands. If that is a land, I'm gonna lose it. I am going to lose it. Alright. Please, no more discard. Oops, I clicked the question mark. Please no more discard. And can I draw a third land? That's all I ask. I'm just gonna suggest you cut half this deck and put in lands instead. No, it's not a land. Get out of my face. Oh, great. It's Selesnya bunnies. Nope. Okay. Well, no, that is still part of the bunny deck, isn't it? Oh, I think that's like one of the... If you go to... Oh, wait. They didn't draw a land. Ah, we got mana screwed. We mana screwed them. Let's go. Okay. 3 lands. I think that means to keep. Right? Surely. I was gonna say, Selesnya Bunnies is the second highest win rate in standard best of 1, by the way. It is a good deck. Or rabbits. I keep saying bunnies, but it's technically rabbits. Rabbit. Could have shocked their face, but maybe they're playing discard. They also could be playing the one-shot combo with Innkeeper's Talent. You know what? I just need to make a video on that. I know that like almost everybody and their mom has made a video on it, but come on, man. Why not? Hopefully we can kill whatever they block with. Nope, they're just gonna get rid of it. I just wanted a free card. I do think our opponent might genuinely be that Innkeeper's Talent plus Vraska Betrayal Sting. If you level up the Innkeeper's Talent all the way, you just win
Those who get in my way tend
whenever you
to
cast
regret
Vraska, even if you complete it, because you can choose the replacement effect so that she ends up with
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
maximum or 10 loyalty, because you can have it double up the loyalty and then subtract 2 from the completed. Okay. You know what we should have done? We should have put the artist talent in this deck. What the heck is wrong with me? I say this like 30 minutes into the video. Am I crazy? The anti-discard technology. If a spell or ability opponent controls would cost you or cause you to discard Obstinate Baloth, put it onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. Super kind of cool green card, but it actually is getting kind of good here in standard because of the amount of discard. Honestly, I might need to make a deck with Obstinate Baloth part of it, just to hate on those discard decks. I don't think the shocks are bad, or maybe the lightning strikes aren't bad. You cut the shocks for like 2, go for the throats, and then put in 2 more lands. That is like an option for how to make this deck better. Drawing a 5th land would always be, yeah, it's never a bad thing to do, but you know. I'm gonna discard one of these for the sake of it, in case I can reanimate it. Alright, now the question is, do we Harvester of Misery, clean up their board, or do we Trumpeting Carnosaur? I think we always go for the Trumpeting Carnosaur just because it's more fun. I'm not gonna draw my lands, might as well have a little fun. Probably should have kept that in hand in case they're gonna play Planeswalker, but no, leave him alone. Cruelclaw never did nothing wrong besides cheating omniscience. Intriguing. A wombo combo. I'm gonna attack in, see if they block. They do not block. I guess that makes sense. They have a lot of life. I will pay 3 life. Probably should have not blocked, attacked in, or cast that. But I just don't feel like doing that, you know? Sometimes we make suboptimal plays. And we do it intentionally. I would like to keep my cards in hand. Okay, I'm a little confused what our opponent is actually doing. Alright, next turn we can cast the Trumpeting Carnosaur. Pretty good. They get the Virtue of Persistence here, which is scary. We have no way of dealing with it, so they can start reanimating our stuff in our graveyard for free. Yippee. Don't know why they didn't attack in there, but Coiling Rebirth. Sure. Harvester of Misery. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Hold on. I don't know if we actually need to gift a card because we don't have anything that we can like double up that's of huge value. We can go like Phyrexian Flesh Gorger and just that. No, they could steal the Trumpeting Carnosaur on their turn. I think we just wait until like next turn and then swing with everything. They can steal a Cruelclaw. Fable. M. Not bad. Another Virtue. And we top deck that land that I was looking for like 10 turns ago. It's cool. Cool. I still think we don't go in. Funny enough. It's a land. Okay, there's the Innkeeper's talent. I wonder if they're running the combo. I mean, they probably are. Why wouldn't I not? Oh my goodness. Purple lands when you never need them. Oh, 4 lands. 4 lands in a row. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Bereska? We have to block because we die if we don't. So we'll do this and gain a bunch of life. Oh my goodness, that's actually crazy. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. So that's gonna do it for this video, this deck. Hopefully you enjoyed. I definitely think there's some improvements to be made for this deck. Though we did go 5-4 with the deck. We had that one really explosive game that I think showcases kind of like the fun you can have with sort of Reanimator and these kind of big splashy style decks. But we certainly had plenty of games where we did not draw that 5th land for like 3 or 4 turns straight. That last game was just actual or like extra pain. We get into like a reasonable position, but the opponent has the virtues that we can't get rid of, and then we just draw a land and then a land and then a land. So yeah, that was less than ideal. I think there's ways you can improve on the deck. I definitely think, you know, cutting maybe a lightning strike or shock or two, putting in like maybe 1 additional land, playing artist talent could be a good way of improving the deck, because then you can draw and discard some of your creatures, just to also find those more land drops when you're removing things, like after at the same time you're removing things and stuff like that. So let me know what you think of the deck, what you would change. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, perhaps you'll enjoy the previous video where we played a Boros control deck using artist talent. The video turned out, I think, pretty well, and the deck actually performed pretty well. The artist talent, super cool card. I likened it to Fable the Mirror Breaker. Maybe it's not quite that, but it certainly has a lot of value. Anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.